Melody Tholstrup is the owner of My Size Marketing, and she has a passion for helping small businesses grow. Working in the marketing industry for almost 30 years, Melody feels blessed to have worked with a wide variety of clients ranging from beauty, retail, and food-related businesses to medical practices and nonprofit organizations. Because of her love for educating and empowering entrepreneurs, Melody created MAP Marketing Accountability Partners. It's a unique marketing coaching program specifically targeted towards busy and overwhelmed small business owners. I'm sure some people can relate to that, but today we're going to be covering the 5 marketing must-haves for small business. So, Melody, first of all, thank you for your time and dedicating this space to come and share with us. I really appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you. And I'm such an honor and blessed to be a part of this cool event. And I can see why you're success at what you do, because this has been a fun process being one of the speakers helping prepare and promote this event.
Awesome. Well, I just am a big believer that we can always create something cooler together than we can alone. So
I agree. I agree.
we love collaborations. Now, you've been in, sometimes I think when someone says, oh, I'm a marketer, they might have been a marketer for a minute. You've been a marketer for 30 years. So you've seen a lot of trends, a lot of changes. You worked in marketing and in advertising. And in the past few years, you've shifted your business's focus from working as a consultant to shifting to more of a marketing coach. What's the difference and how do you help your clients now compared to when you first started?
So I love what I do. And I've always loved being in marketing because I'm a natural cheerleader and I love to help people find the cool things about their business. I would get excited when I was in sales, media sales years ago. I'd get excited when I saw new businesses opening or I saw a property for a potential new business in my community. So I've always been excited about marketing. But when I had worked in the ad agency business and our business closed for reasons that didn't necessarily have to do with me, but the time was right for the owner to close. I had clients and they said, you're going to still help me, right? And so all of a sudden I became a marketing consultant. I didn't even know what that was. I just knew that I had been helping them with the agency support. And now I had resources that weren't necessarily, in my office, but that I could still, reach out and help them. And that's the beauty of the internet. But yes, I've been doing this long before the internet. And I tell my clients all the time, the internet is our friend, but we can still sell to people regardless. But I found a good description of the difference between a marketing consultant and a coach from this blog by Beth Powell with the Digital Marketing Club. And she said, marketing consultants focus on projects, focus on developing, facilitating, creating, and achieving projects for a client. And that's what I did for probably 7 or 8 years. The last 2 or 3 years, marketing coaches, we focus on people. And I love helping people learn how to do their marketing, what resources, how to feel confident in the decisions they make, how to take them off that ledge where they're like, I don't know what to do first. And, that deer caught in headlights. And so, and then the mastermind groups that I've started, helping them connect with each other and finding out that they have so much in common. But this person might have found a resource this person hasn't even tried yet. And I just kind of guide the ship that, keeps us all afloat. So that's the breakdown for me, is helping my clients, especially through the coaching process, to be confident, to learn that marketing is, we've been doing marketing a long time. People just want to buy stuff and we just have to tell that story. So I love doing what I do.
I love it. Well, and one thing that I love about people who have been in the marketing game for a long time is I think that you see through the trends and see the strategy behind it and can make a better decision, because I talk about the ignorance tax that people pay in business. When if you don't understand something, you really pay a price for it. And so many people will see this next new flashy thing like, ooh, it's all about chatbots, or ooh, it's all about this, or it's all about this. And they just keep throwing money at things, but they don't understand the foundation behind how to make it work. And really everything that you hear about is absolutely just a tool. It just is. It's a tool, and you need to know how it fits into the marketing strategy. So let's talk about these 5 areas. So you mentioned there's 5 key marketing elements that you recommend to a new or aspiring small business owner. Let's talk about what those are.
So actually, I taught a workshop on this,
Hmm.
and with all this COVID coming up, I had request to teach a workshop and kind of help some of my clients and people that also volunteer at a business center locally, help them kind of regroup. So I've taken my five original and felt like these are the five ones we need now, as opposed to maybe in general. So the first thing is you've got to redefine your unique value proposition or your secret sauce. What
Hmm.
makes your business different from your competitors or anything out in the marketplace? And you need to put that in a mission statement. You need to memorize it, and it needs to become your elevator pitch. And your elevator pitch is basically just, here's who I am, here's what I do it for you because this is how it can help you. And because now we're on Zoom, now we're introducing ourselves via social media groups and email and Zoom calls. You need to know in a nutshell what makes you different, what makes you special, why anybody should care. And it needs to be written down, and it needs to just become part of your vocabulary. So, it's always good to have a mission statement when you start a business, but now more than ever, it's your marketing statement, and you've got to know it, own it, feel good about it. It's like introducing your child. How would you describe your children? So that's, to me, is very key, because now, again, LinkedIn profile, it needs to be there. Your IG profile, your Instagram, your any place where your brand is, that needs to either be written, or you need to express it easily.
Hmm.
So that's key for me, no matter where you are in your business. Now, for a new business, but like you said earlier, for any business, you need to know who your target customer is, and maybe what you started out and who you started out trying to reach before all this hit. This may have shifted somewhat
Yes.
because of how you can provide your services. So, you need to think, okay, that person that I served before, how can I serve them? And if for some reason you can't serve them or serve that exact client, you need to redefine that, and you need to write it down. I'm just a big proponent, and again, old school, write it down, type it out, say it, look at it every day. A good friend of mine, Rachel Eubanks, who has a podcast, Inspired to Engage, and she's a client of mine. She calls hers Jill. What would Jill need from me? What would Jill want? What would Jill want to see? And I just think that's brilliant. You should give your target customer a name and
Hmm.
describe them as if they're your best friend. So I think that's something any business needs, but especially a new business, because like you said, you're spending money in the wrong places if you don't know how to reach them.
Yes.
The third thing is, where are they? Right now, there's so many tools, so many portals, like you said. But when I used to sell advertising back before the internet, and people were choosing radio or TV or billboards or direct mail, I would always ask them, I know you love this billboard, Mr. Customer, or this radio station, Miss Customer, but is that where your client is listening to or seeing every day? Just
Hmm.
because you like it. So it's the same thing now. I may love Facebook, but if my client is on LinkedIn, I need to look at LinkedIn, spend money, spend time, learn it, or find somebody who's really good at it. Like your LinkedIn Navigator, that's something that I've heard of, but I know I want to invest in more. So again, if you know where your target customer is, you can find where they are. And then I say focus on two. Find two that you can spend a lot of effort on, and then put your time and money and efforts into learning those. And then the other things you can spend time on, but I wouldn't put a lot of, you can only do so much, right?
You can really spread yourself too thin if you're trying to be a master everywhere, especially if you don't have the team to manage it. The brands that you see that are mastering all platforms, let's be real clear, it's not the face of the company that's managing all those platforms. So like mastering an area and then expanding while you expand your team is a much better strategy.
Yeah,
Agreed.
if you can own your Facebook presence and you're not on anything else, well, good for you. I mean, they'll find you. Your people will find you. One of the things that we do, number 4, is again, goals, writing down goals. But I work with clients on a quarterly basis. I just read a really great book, The 12-Week Year. It's probably, one of the best things I've read, because I was already doing that, but it's even more critical. Right now, we literally are taking our lives day at a time. The news is
Mhm.
hitting us moment after moment. Changes are coming in our businesses. So I'm just saying, let's just plan the next 90 days. And right now we just started third quarter. So if you set 3 goals that you wanted to achieve in your business for your marketing or revenue, just 3, just write those down. That doesn't mean you don't have action items under each of those 3, but if you just write those down and give a date when you want to achieve that, it's just so powerful. People, I've read a study that, 42% of people who write down their goals, literally write them down with pen and paper, have so much more, 42% more a chance to achieve those goals than people who just say, yeah, this is what I'd like to do. I might do this. This sounds good today. I mean, I put times of when I want mine done. That doesn't mean I always achieve them at that time, but I mean, your brain doesn't know fact from fiction. So if you write it down, your brain's like, okay, let's get going. Let's get this done. And then the fifth thing is, what is the offer that creates a call to action in your clients? What is that trigger? What is that sense of urgency that you can create and meet and give results to your client today? And you need to have at least one of those, and you need to have it planned from beginning to end and then track it, because they don't all work. But if you don't have a plan and you don't write it down and you don't track it, you don't ever know. So, but I always say, no matter what the offer is, it's got to have a sense of urgency to it. It's got to, like you said, hit pain points, trigger points that make you go, I can't resist this. And then it's got to have a call to action. Why would I choose to do it today versus next week or next month? So I feel like if you do those things, know your secret sauce, be able to speak it, know your target customer, know where they are, have the goals on what you want to do to reach that customer and achieve your business, and then that offer, that, like you said, that irresistible offer, then you can't go wrong. So.
Awesome. I love it. It's almost taking a minute to slow down and map out the path before you just jump in and run forward. And I hear a lot of people talk about ready, fire, aim as though it's like a great business strategy. I am a fast action taker, you guys. So coming from one person who loves jumping in and just running straight forward, it is such bad business advice to jump in without a plan and a strategy, because you're going to expend a lot of effort and you're not going to have a plan in place for how you get to the end goal. And so I love taking that moment to strategize. I feel like the planning hour that you spend mapping this out is the most productive time that you spend for your entire week. Or if you're going to spend a day mapping out the next quarter, it's the most productive day of the entire quarter, because it dictates all actions that you take moving forward. I'm a huge fan of a plan, even though I love fast action, but it's burned me too many times to just jump in and like, woo, I'll just work hard. But I don't know what the plan is. It's never a good strategy.
So I'm married to an engineer, and they don't do anything fast, but they always do it right. So I have learned a lot in the 20 something years we've been married on how to plan your work and then take action.
So let's talk about the stressed out entrepreneur and the overwhelmed entrepreneur, because I get it. I really do get it. I want you guys to hear we understand where you're coming from. We have to take care of our clients. We have to hold the sales calls. We have to manage the books. We have the social media. We have the content creation. We have the copywriting. I mean, there's so many different hats that we wear as small business owners. And if you're doing a six-figure, revenue, or even a $500,000 revenue or $1 million revenue, it's not like there's that much cash to hire that many people. So how does the stressed out, overwhelmed entrepreneur who feels like their plate is already full step into doing a better job with their marketing?
Well, and that's why I'm glad you're offering your workshop. And one of the things that I created was the mastermind support, because again, we don't live in a vacuum. We don't work in a vacuum. We don't, live on an island. I volunteer at a local entrepreneur center, and I have coached people for years. And even before I had my own business, I was coaching. And so what I kept finding was I was hearing a lot of the same issues. And I thought, man, if I could just get these people in a room. I didn't know what a mastermind group was at the time. I just thought, let's just get all these people in a room and chat, and I'll just guide the conversation. But that really is powerful. And now we have so many ways between Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups and, Zoom chats and webinars. We don't have to feel alone. We can ask our questions. There's a lot of resources, but we can, we're in the days of Google and Amazon reviews. If something works, people are going to tell you. Yeah. And you can find the information. So don't ever be afraid to ask for help. and reach out to people, whether you create your own or you join one that's existing, find that, that group of peers who are struggling, but maybe succeeding in areas that you're not, and vice versa. That has been the thing that I hear from my clients the most. It's like, I love your coaching. I love working with you. I'm just so thankful you have this group, because they have become my focus group. They become my support system. They become the people I can go, do y'all think this is going to work or not? I don't know. What do you think? And it's just been such a powerful thing to watch them grow as they support each other.
Yes. Entrepreneurship is like a dangerous neighborhood. You should never go there alone.
That's great.
You need that crew. You need that support network. You need people to be, because you guys, here's the thing, pretty much everything that we need to learn how to do, we can learn through YouTube videos and through Google and through reading articles. But that's not, like, knowing it and successfully implementing it are two totally different things. And it's just slower and harder and more stressful to try to figure everything out on your own. So I completely agree. Don't do business alone. I remember when I had one of my babies, and I was having a little bit of postpartum, my doctor said to me, he said, there's no award in heaven for suffering alone, just so you know. I was like, that's really good advice, that we can just reach out, we can get help, we can get support. I absolutely love that. Well, we so appreciate you coming today and sharing your expertise and just really grounded approach to getting started with your marketing. What's the best way for our audience to connect with you?
So thank you. And again, I appreciate this opportunity. It's been so much fun. I'm on my website is mysizemarketing.com. And I'm on all social media at mysizemarketing.com or mysizemarketing, and LinkedIn, also under Melody Tholstrup. But I would love for you to connect with me any of those places, because now that we are virtual, now that I'm not just doing things locally, our mastermind groups are open to anybody. We have some people from Virginia now and other places that are not just from our little Alabama hub here. But yeah, I would love to connect with all of you. And also I teach workshops online too. So we'll have another one coming up at the end of this month on digital marketing. So, and on Eventbrite. Follow me on Eventbrite under My Size Marketing.
Awesome. My Size Marketing, you guys go check it out. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time and expertise, and that 30 years of experience that you just brought to us is amazing. So thanks for being here.